Hi friends, and welcome to my channel English Fluency Lab, where I help you improve your English language skills. Friends, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the difference between the two words convince and persuade. Now, many English language learners feel that these two words can be used interchangeably and they are absolutely the same. Well, are they? Well, that's exactly what we're going to find out in this video. So let's get started right away. So first of all, let's understand that these words, both of them, refer to when a person influences another person to do or believe something. Now I'm going to repeat that. Both these words refer to when a person influences another person to do or believe something, right? He persuaded me to move to Bangalore by telling me about how exciting the city was, right? Now in this particular situation, the listener has not taken an action, but the other person is trying to persuade him that Bangalore is a nice city. Second, he convinced me that Bangalore city was an exciting place to live. Now in this place, this person is going to take an action to move to Bangalore. He was not convinced here. The act of persuading him was going on, but here he was convinced. He convinced me that Bangalore city was an exciting place to live, right? So now he's going to take the action to move to Bangalore, whereas he's not completely convinced in the first one. So that is the difference between persuade and convinced. Let's move forward. However, there are a few differences. We persuade someone to do something, right? Let's understand the word persuade first. We persuade someone to do something. For example, persuade is used for influencing someone to take action. We convince someone that something is true, right? Once again, I'll read that. Persuade is used for influencing someone to take action. We convince someone that something is true. Convince is also used for facts or beliefs. Right? That's the second use of the word convince. It is also used for facts or beliefs. Let's understand this with a few examples. My sister did not want to go to the doctor, but I persuaded her to make an appointment. Right? The sister was not agreeing to go to the doctor, but this person persuaded her and booked an appointment for her. Right? So this is the action which was taken. Persuade, action of making an appointment. This was the action taken. Okay? The action of making an appointment. My sister didn't want to go to the doctor, but I convinced her it was a good idea. Now convince, a fact that seeing the doctor would be a good idea. Okay, so you see the difference between both the situations. In persuade, there is the action of making an appointment, and in convince, the fact that seeing the doctor would be a good idea. Right? So that is the difference between persuade and convince. Let's move forward. Now you can also use the adjective convinced to describe it when a person is completely sure of their belief in something. I am convinced that God exists. Now this is a belief a person has, right? I am convinced that God exists. This is his belief. In this scenario, you can use the word convinced. Somebody can persuade you to do something even though you're not convinced it's the best thing to do. Now this is important. Somebody can persuade you to do something even though you're not convinced it's the best thing to do. Example, my friend persuaded me to become a vegetarian, but I'm not convinced I'm getting enough protein in my diet. Right? So the friend persuaded him, he's become a vegetarian, but he's not completely convinced because he feels that vegetarians don't get enough protein in their diet. Where will the protein come from? So he's not totally convinced with that. He has been persuaded, but he's not completely convinced. Right? An argument that is very strong and effective is making you believe something is a convincing argument. Right? Let's take an example. The lawyer presented a convincing argument that his client was innocent. Convincing argument means everybody agreed that his particular client was innocent. His argument was so strong that everybody was convinced that his client is innocent. A person who's very good at influencing you to do things is persuasive. Example, my father managed to get the local law changed in the town. He can be very persuasive, right? He can make people take action, right? Here it is convincing argument. Here the person is persuasive. That means he has the power of presenting with reason, which can help people take action, right? Finally, friends, the noun persuasion refers to the act of influencing or encouraging somebody to do something. After a lot of persuasion from family members, my grandmother finally moved into a retirement home. So, right, she was not totally convinced. Okay, so after a lot of persuasion from family members, they were trying to convince her. It was the act of persuading her. Then the grandmother was convinced to move into a retirement home. So friends, I hope it is clear. The two words convince and persuade are clear to you now. What I would request you now is to make a sentence with the word convince and persuade and put them in the comments box, and I'll be more than happy to provide you with some feedback. Friends, if you have liked this video, please give me a like. Please share this video with family and friends who want to improve their English language skills. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.